right, what's good? What's good, YouTube? What is going on? Welcome to another edition of Friday Night Sports Talk. As you know, this is me, Thomas from the Bronx, up in here, and then I got my boy D Free up in here. My boy Socrates Palmer is running a little bit late as usual. You know how that goes. And we got a special guest today, man. We got standout amateur out of Newark, New Jersey. We got Keith Cologne. What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
D Free, we got a lot to talk about. We never talked about the Super Bowl and stuff. We're gonna talk about that later. From 2 weeks ago, last week we had the fight to the Garden. I was up in there live with my man Sock, and I know both of you probably watched the fights as well. But first, we wanna talk to you, Keith, and we want to open it up to you, and we let you lead off, and you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background.
I'm 21 years old. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I'm an amateur boxer, soon to be pro. Decorated amateur, multiple international gold medals. I'm a student. I attend Rutgers University in Newark. It's like one of the top colleges in Newark. My goal is just to keep bettering myself in all aspects, however that may be, and just be inspiration for the youth.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's pretty awesome. I mean, you're a full-time student and you're a fighter. That's a lot. Anytime an athlete is has to do go to school full time and do practice and then compete. That's a lot. How does that how do you do managing that, and does it take a toll on you? How does that affect you in any way?
Yeah, it definitely take a toll, but it's just all about communication with the coaches, being on the right page. Um, it's the main thing is communication, but yeah, dude. I mean, when you do both, it do take a toll eventually, but you just gotta fight through it. Like some days I go to school, go to the gym, and go back to school at night. So you just gotta be on top of it. The communication gotta be good, because if not, then it'll be some days where you ain't gonna be able to train, or you're gonna have to do something just on your own time.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. That's real big. I mean, hey, keep doing your thing, man. But
What was
with
that?
you in college, what made you decide to go in boxing? I mean, you seem like you got a head on your shoulders, and you want to do other things outside of the sport of boxing. If it doesn't pan out for you, what made you pick boxing?
Um, well, growing up, I played all sports. I played basketball, football, baseball. I did a little bit of swimming. So it's just like once I got to high school, I was going to like it's a private school called St. Benedict's Prep, and then there I was boxing, and you know at that high school you can't really play basketball unless you recruited, because they recruit players. That's one of the type basketball high schools in Jersey. Always going to the states and winning. So there, I just really was like, that's not for me. I just played for fun. Baseball, I wasn't feeling it either. So it's just between boxing and that. Well, boxing and baseball, and I chose boxing. That was just, what I like doing. And I started boxing when I was young, so it wasn't like I was starting new. I was just taking off taking off the rust and just getting back to my old ways. It wasn't like, oh, this is like my first day, coming into the gym, or, growing up in Nook, you know, kids fight all the time. So I had multiple. I was never scared to, fight, get in the ring, or, none of that. So it wasn't like something completely new for me.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you coming out of Newark, um, Shakur Stevenson is out from the same area. Did you ever have a chance to spar with Shakur in the gym, or work around Shakur in the gym?
Yeah, I sparred with him multiple times. He came to Nook. So like in between fights, sometimes he'll come to Nook and he'll call like, "Yo, I'm in Nook," and we do rounds. one time I even was in camp with him for like 5 weeks. I was in camp with him for his Toka Khan fight in Vegas. So, always see him, always we be hitting each other up sometimes here and there. Like, like he'll be telling me like, yo, keep doing what you're doing. He just give me like a little shout out on the gram, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's awesome, man. That's good, good sparring and he's one of the best right now. And he had a great amateur background. He represented USA in the Olympics. And speaking of the Olympics, that's something you look, to try to do. And but not for USA. You're looking to represent Puerto Rico. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. That's good. And how close are you? You have any tournament dates coming up?
Yeah, I got 2 more tournaments before I eventually just, cross over to the pros. So I got one tournament that's in Jersey, the Golden Gloves, and then I got another tournament. I think it's like late May, and yeah, that's the last tournament. So before the Olympics.
Okay, and is any of those tournaments? I know. So there's, I believe March 17th or something like that. The one in New Jersey.
That's the Golden Glove.
That's the Golden Gloves. Now, where's the one? Is there a competition for you to qualify for the Olympics for PR?
Yeah, that's the one in late May. That's the one in late May. That's the Olympic qualifier. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's in Bangkok, Thailand.
Okay, nice. All right, that's what's up, man. Are you familiar with the fighter Oscar Collazo?
Yeah,
Okay,
from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, from Puerto Rico, and he's
Yeah.
also, he was also born in Newark. I don't know if you know
Oh,
that.
for real?
Yeah, he was born in Newark.
Right.
He's New Jersey. I don't know how long he lived in Newark, but he was born in Newark, New Jersey. I looked it up because I looked up some fighters from Newark, New Jersey, besides Shakur, and he popped up and he represented Puerto Rico. I don't know if it was in the Olympics, but in the Pan American Games or something like that. I think he represented Puerto Rico.
If I'm not mistaken, he he won the Olympics. If I'm not mistaken, and he's from the same hometown as my grandmother too. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right, so that's what's up. So yeah, so I don't know. So that's good. So now that's another fight out of Newark. You could put it, put up there as a, on your list. A couple other fighters. I don't know if you knew that Marvin Hagler was also born in Newark.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. And then we've mentioned Shakur and another guy that not many people may know about, a guy named Frankie Toledo. You ever heard of a guy named Frankie Toledo?
Sound familiar.
Okay.
I probably heard it at one of the ceremonies or something, but it sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was in Newark, and I think he might have been born and raised in Paterson, New Jersey, but I think he was born also in Newark, and he was a featherweight champion. I believe the IBF featherweight championship. So those are just a number of guys, from Newark, and then one day your name will be up there as well as representing Newark. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead, D.
No, I heard you said you got 2 more tournaments before you can go pro. What weight class are you planning on coming pro with?
Right now I fight at 125 pounds. So pros, probably start out at 122 in the beginning. They usually give you like +1, +2 pounds. So 122, and then as you start climbing the ranks, that's when you want to really solidify a weight class. So it depends on how my body grow. After like 10 fights in the pros, that's when I really solidify. Like, all right, I'm gonna be in this weight class or chase a title shot in this weight class. But in the beginning, 122 is like most reasonable.
Nice. Okay. Well, one thing that I did some background checks on you. I did some Google searching, and one thing I learned, like, besides you being a fighter and you going to school in Rutgers University, you were an honor school student in high school. So you got a brain, as well as you trying to beat the brains out of somebody as well. But I believe you started at 12 years old as an amateur. At 12,
right? That's when I started competing.
And I think your first fight was somebody that had 18 fights. Is that right? Yeah. And then your second fight.
If I'm not mistaken, he had 18, but he was also a national champ as well.
Wow. First fight, amateur, you fought somebody with that experience, and the second fight, I believe you fought somebody that was had 22 years of experience or something like that.
No, he had 22 fights.
22 fights. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that, I mean, you're very ambitious. I mean, you've been battle tested pretty much. Is that safe to
Yeah,
say?
yeah. That was in the beginning of my boxing career, and
Hmm.
I won both of those fights. My first fight with the national champ, he had 17 fights. I actually gave him an 8 count. So
Mm,
that was in the beginning of my boxing career. And since then, I'm a totally different fighter.
yeah.
I be like the people that everybody see on TV that's world champions and world champion that's contended for these world titles. I share a ring with mostly all of them on the East Coast.
Mm,
So battle tested, yes, I definitely earned my stripes in the game, and you know if you ask these people that I share the ring with, they will also testify. So it's not just me just saying like, oh yeah, I was in the
yeah.
ring with. Nah, it was good work. Not just me just sharing the ring, but it was good work to the point where they called me back and was like, yo, we need that work again. We want that work again. So
And that's great to have, man. That's what that experience, and for you to get that call. We spoke to a fighter out here in the Bronx a few weeks ago, about a month ago, and Pete Dobson, and he's known to be a gym rat. The same thing, like he's built reputations from in the gym, and
right.
you know, speaking of that, I know a few fighters from what I've researched that you've been in the ring with, but you want to let us know some of the guys you shared a ring with in sparring?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say the most recent because like some is just like is in the past, but the most
Okay.
recent that's most known now is Stephen fought in Scooter. He just fought in a way.
Yeah.
Multiple rounds with him, multiple rounds. Couple weeks back, I did even did rounds with Richardson Hitchens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, let me see who else. He's still up and coming, but Christian Cardo. He's
Okay.
he's not super known, but he won the nationals, well decorated amateur, and you're gonna hear about him real soon. He trained up with Bozy and Jerron in his gym.
Okay. In
Um,
Philly.
yeah, in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Amanda Serrano, Shakur Stevenson. Like I've been in the ring with some crazy names before, even Edgar Berlanga, but that was just on some playing around. We was just
Okay,
working on
okay.
jazz.
I was gonna say that's a
Yeah,
big guy
like
right
bro.
there.
Yeah, cause they see me in the gym, they see my movement, they see how tricky I am. So like they use me. Like even
Yeah.
Drevenchenko, he fought Canelo and Daniel Jacobs.
Wow.
I did rounds with him. Um, like the list goes on for real.
That's
It's
excellent.
just yeah.
Even so, wait. So let me rewind a little bit. You said Amanda Serrano
Yeah, man, it's Serrano.
in the ring. Wow. Okay. How was that experience?
It was a good experience. It was a great experience. At first, it was just like, oh, everybody like, oh, she a girl, but it's like, nah, she tough. She
Yeah.
durable, and you know, at the same time, I don't care who it is, but nobody want to get hit by her punches. You get what I'm trying to say? Cause
Yeah. Yeah.
she
Yeah.
got popped. She definitely got cracked. So
Wow.
it's not like you can't just be in there and play with her. Now you gotta actually take the work serious and be focused because she not just in there. She not a slouch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say. Did you find yourself maybe holding back a little bit, like, or you just like any other fighter, you treated her like, you didn't find yourself like holding back punches or anything
Like
like that.
when I sparred her, you know, the coaches tell me, let your hands go, do what you gotta do. We rather
Yeah.
something happen here than in a fight. So like I ain't never really had to hold back. But this is more so, me being smart, like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, cool. Why would I wanna bang with a banger? You get what I'm saying? I'm a
Yeah. Yeah.
box. I'm using my
Yeah.
ability. I'm not gonna make a sparring session harder. Gotta make it easier. So I gotta box through this. But she's great work. That's really like big sis for real.
That's
She always
awesome.
show love. She even came to one of my amateur fights to support me.
Yeah, I
And
saw I
to a
saw
guy.
I saw a picture with you and her. You was
Yeah.
holding, I think, one of her titles, or I don't know if it was a WBC title. I
Oh
saw.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
At the parade,
yeah, yeah.
Puerto
Yes,
Rican Day parade float. Yeah.
yeah. I think
So
your
then,
father sent me that picture. He cropped. I have it here actually, but
yo, me,
yeah,
me and Amanda did mad rounds, mad rounds.
yeah. I think was this it? Yeah, this is it right here.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
yeah. Oh, that's what's up, man. You've been in there with some good pros and definitely got some good rook. I mean, and with your style, so basically you're saying your style is more of a boxer, boxer puncher.
Uh, honestly, it's just whatever I gotta be. Honestly, I'm not going to box just because, like, whatever is gonna give me the victory, that's what I'm gonna do. If I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
bite down, put my chin down, and be a dog, that's what I'm gonna do. If I gotta box, that's what I'm gonna do. So I wouldn't say like, oh, I'm just this. Whatever's gonna get the victory, that's where I'm gonna be that
yeah,
night.
yeah.
I see you've been around a lot of pros. Um, which fighter that when you was coming up younger that you looked up to and say, you know what, this is the reason why I decided to start boxing. What was the fighter that you saw that made you say, you know what, I want to get into boxing?
But get into boxing,
Yeah.
or just like coming up as a youngin, and just oh,
Yeah,
like I
just coming
see.
up that just inspired you to be a boxer. What was
Yes.
the fighter that you looked at?
Yeah, so when I first started, it was just more so like me myself. I just wanted to fight. But as I came up and going to the gym and start progressing in my early stages of my career, definitely Shakur at the time. Not many people knew him. Not many people knew him, but he was. I knew him because the gym. We these are the gyms where all his peoples was at. You see his name throughout the gym. You hear about certain stories. So he's like, who this dude? He going to the Olympics. You know, from Newark. So once I started seeing that, and he was actually coming back, he was coming back from like USA camps to Jersey sometimes to come spar the fighters that I was in the gym with every day. So that was like motivation and inspirational for me to see and just be like, oh, all right, he doing at the highest level and he from Newark, you know. So of course, and just me seeing how everybody just gravitated towards him, it was like, man, I want to be like him, or I want to be in his position when I get to that age or get to that stage.
Okay.
Mm. That's what's up,
Now,
man.
which one of the fighters that you've been in the ring with, you say gave you the best work? And now I know all of them are good fighters, but which one you say, you know what, this one right here really pushed me?
Yeah, I mean it's different. It's different work because you know with certain fighters like Africa, of course he's way bigger than me, but we go at like a technical sparring match. It's quickness. Real. He's not trying to like bang out because he's bigger than me. So it's like kind of hard, but hard work. I definitely have to say is school to Stephen Fulton because it's just like you gotta think about it. He a dog. I'm boxing. You know, and he coming forward. But like I said, I'm gonna be whatever I gotta be. So if I notice, I'm boxing too much. Now it's time to stay in the middle of the ring. So it'd be some sparring matches where we just in the middle of the ring going like hard to the body, hard to the
Mm.
head. Just real competitive boxing. We talking trash to each other. Um, so like I feel like that's the sparring that bring the best out of me because it's competitive, it's grueling, like it's not easy sparring. So I feel like that's the most competitive, hardest sparring recently.
Yeah,
And,
he's the
and
same weight that
Christian,
you coming in too.
yeah, and Christian Cardo as well, because these like Christian Cardo throw a whole bunch of, and that's another thing. I'm amateur. These guys is pros
Mm-hmm.
and we going like 6 rounds, 4 minute rounds. So it's like my conditioning versus their conditioning, is a little different. I got to start quick to stay on track with my amateur, and they kind of start off slow. So it's like it's a lot of factors that play into these sparring matches, but definitely Christian Cardo and Stephen Fulton.
Nice. That's what's up. And it's great that you say that because a lot of people don't understand like the mindset of an amateur and the mindset of a pro. And it's like you said, as an amateur, you got to start off quick because you only have 3 rounds. In the pros, you got more rounds to maybe try to um, see what the other guy has and try to make adjustments and stuff. But in a 3-round fight, you kind of got to get in there and try to make your
Yeah,
move and establish a lead early. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Yeah,
yeah.
you definitely just can't be just like relaxed in the ring in the amateur. You could be relaxed, but you gotta push the pace. You gotta establish your dominance early in the fight. If you calm and you patient in the ring, it's only because you're winning, or
Mhm.
you got the lead and you're in control of the fight. You can't just be relaxed and you're not in control. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely.
Okay. I got a question. I mean, as a father, and D Free's a father as well, and I have 2 kids, and as a former coach, I used to coach baseball, you know, and I live in the Bronx. D Free lives in DC, and you in Newark, so we're not in the best of neighborhoods, you know. Tell us about your parents. Your pops seems like a very nice guy, and he's there for you. How has that played a role, a major? How does he play a major role in your career and in your mindset? And having both of your parents as well, like taking care of you and leading the way. How's that help your career?
Yeah, having a support system is great because it take a lot of load off of my shoulders, um, and it kind of like push me steps and levels ahead of people that don't necessarily have a support system or their parents in their life. Like I never had to struggle about um, eating. You get what I'm saying? I never had to struggle about uh my gym attire or gloves, headgear, this or that. I never had to struggle about stuff like that. I was, blessed to have parents that was in a good enough position to provide and, just take me to the gym every day. I ain't have to walk to school or take the bus. Some people they can't take certain buses or go down certain streets because of the violence, this or that. So
Mm-hmm.
I was able to, get picked up from school, go straight to the gym and then go to baseball practice. You get stuff like that just helped me you know, just skip a lot of unneeded things.
Mm-hmm. And that's great. And that's great to hear. And that's why, as a fighter, you represent yourself, but you also represent the great work your parents did and the supporting cast that they did. And, and we got to salute your parents. I mean, I got to salute your father. He's done a great job. I mean, you're not just only a fighter, you're trying to graduate from a great university. I mean, Rutgers University is a great university, especially here on the East Coast. I mean, that's
Right.
great. And you have, you're majoring in, I believe, in business from what I'm
Psychology.
reading. Excuse me.
Major in psychology.
Psycho. Okay, all right. So even even better. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so I just wanted to bring up your parents because obviously your father, me and him have spoken before. I've got the chance to speak to you, and he seems like a great guy, and he's done a great job. And we have to salute the parents. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the one that lead us and they take care of us. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and that's how we get stronger. You know what I'm saying? And I try to teach that to my kids. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to throw that out there. I wanted to salute your pops and salute. I never spoke to your moms, but I got to salute your moms. They've done a great job. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So I know Thomas just brought up your parents. How was that conversation when you told your parents, you know what, I wanna pursue boxing as a career? That they spending all this money for you to go to school to these good schools. How was that conversation when you decided that you wanted to pursue boxing as a career?
Yeah, it was. I mean, at first, like I said, I played a lot of sports. I played basketball, baseball, football. And how I am in boxing now, that's how I was in baseball. I was traveling from here to Puerto Rico, going to tournaments. I was in spring tournaments, fall tournaments. You know, like I never really stopped playing sports as a kid from season to season. So when I was boxing, like at 12 my first year, it was just like training. It wasn't, well, not even the first full year. It was really like 6 months. It was just training. And then I started sparring. That's when I started to get my first fights. And then, it kind of just happened naturally. But, my mom, she's not the biggest fan of it. She's, like if I was to start right now today, she'd love it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, she wouldn't really care. She wouldn't really care if I start today. Uh,
Oh man.
my dad, I mean, I feel as though my mom, she kind of had that feeling though, because she don't see what my dad see. You know, my dad see me work and train every day in the gym. So it's like, when you see somebody got potential, it's like, why would you take it away from the kid? If somebody got potential, and you know, it's not like I'm getting beat up every day in the gym. Yes, I spar these pros that's on TV fighting for world titles, but even in those sparring sessions, I'm still doing good. You get
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So is for him, it wasn't as hard it wasn't as hard for him, just to you know allow me to progress through the sport. But my mom, she don't see she see me coming home. I be having like little bruises, like, whoa, what we doing? So
yeah. That's the job of a mother. They got to worry. My wife worries about my kids all the time. She wouldn't let them. I was trying to push them to play ball, but she was more, no, don't force them. So, but that's their job, and so. But you're gonna be fine, and you still have a
oh,
great
of course.
supporting cast, and and that's what's up, man. And um, you got fans out of us right now. There's people in the chat right now. You growing. You know what I'm saying? So, and speaking of growing, I mean, do you watch boxing? I know some fighters don't really watch or watch the sport as much. Do you follow what's going on in the boxing world?
Yeah, I follow boxing. I'm not gonna say I watch every fight, because like I said, I want to be one of the best in the sport. So I can't watch just every fight. A lot of fighters got flaws, and I'm one of
Hmm.
those fighters where I see it and I'll mess around and do it in myself in the gym. So I just try watching the best of the best, you
Yeah.
know. But I do follow the sport though. I do follow it.
Oh, that's great. Any favorite fighters besides Shakur? Because we know Shakur's definitely got to be one. But any
Yeah,
other
yeah, nah,
any
of course.
fighters?
Uh, I like a lot. I like Tank, Terrence Crawford. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I watch a lot of older fighters. Like, it's a lot of fighters now. They I'm gonna be honest. Boxing is nothing new under the sun. You
Hmm.
know, it's like it's been around for so long. So I like to watch a lot of older fighters. But Shakur, Tank, um, all of these fighters, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. I just pick little things that work for them, and I just try
Yeah.
to implement it in my style, because style makes fight. So I
Mm.
just, I'm gonna need something eventually. So I
Yeah.
really like all of these guys. I
So
watch all of
so old school fighters. Name one or two old school fighters you may watch or you like.
them. I mean, I gave y'all a curveball. A lot of people don't know him, but I watched Ricardo Lopez. A lot of people don't know
Ricardo
about him.
Lopez. Okay.
Yeah, I like watching him. Who else? Uh, everybody says Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson,
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather. Everybody says, so. I'm not trying to give y'all these same names, but Ricardo Lopez. And another older fight. Uh, yeah, yeah, y'all know from the Murders Row. It's like a little clan of boxers. I think his name was Charlie Burley. I like watching him too.
Charlie Burry. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's a old fighter, but a lot of skills.
Okay. That's great.
And
That's
Willie Pep too. Willie Pep. Can't
Willie
forget Willie
Pep.
Pep. Yeah,
That's a
Willie
lot of
Pep.
people's favorite fighter is Willie Pep.
I
Um,
like Willie Pep.
yeah. Oh, that's what's up, man. You have a great mind just overall, and that's just it's good to hear. It's good to see. It's good to see a young person in the fight game, and it's just very intelligent. You're very well spoken, and we have to salute your parents for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where it comes from, and then you develop that as you get older.
Right.
So yeah. D Free, you got
Yeah.
any questions?
No. Yeah, I mean, you cover a lot of the questions that I
I'm sorry, man. I talk too much, bro.
had. It's all good.
I know Sock had some questions too, but I don't know when Sock's going to get on. He should be on soon. Sock is our other co-host. He does strength and conditioning. He's been around He's been covering boxing for about 20 years. He
All
wrote
right.
for a boxing website. So he has some questions too. He's worked with fighters as well. I think Ofacio is supposed to jump on. I don't see him, so maybe when he comes on, I'll maybe give him a text. You know who Ofacio Falcone is? He's from the Bronx.
Yeah, I know who that
Yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah. he works with him. So I was hoping that maybe you guys get to speak with But what I'll do now is we'll go to last week's fight. Did you see any of the fights last Friday at the Garden?
Yeah, I did. Shushu, Tiger, the main event, Oshaki Foster. I seen clips of that fight. But I mainly watch people that I know.
Yeah. Well, Tiger Johnson impressed me because his last two fights he didn't look as good. I think he had a majority decision, a split decision his last couple fights, and he went in there and he stopped the guy in the first round. He looked really good.
Yeah,
I was very impressed to see him. I was there live, and he looked really good. I believe right now he's in Puerto Rico with Shushu.
Yeah, right, with Shushu, yeah.
Yeah. So that Shushu knockout was sick. I got it here. I'll play it here real quick. I was hoping he jump on now, but let's see what we got. Let me try to find it. I'll be struggling with this studio. Studio shaky. Next time we have D Free lead off and do it from his. D Free probably better than me with this. But let me try to see if I could find. Let me see. Here's a little bit of Ofacio.
Tail. Yeah.
Ooh, nice counter right hand.
And then he found that right hand,
which has been his all night. Now with short left hook from Falcon as things start to heat up here in the final minute and 45 seconds of the 6th round.
Look at that sharp and quickness of this kid. Wow. It's good work. Tail. Yeah.
Well, that was a little few seconds of Ofacio. That was some nice work he got in there too. By the way, a lot of people don't know this. I mean, he was the A side. The other guy he's fighting was from Arizona. But Saka did some research on him, and he was a nationals guy too. He made nationals years ago, but I think after that he got into some trouble. He was locked up for a little bit, and now he's fighting again. So, so the guy Ofacio fought was not really, no setup or no, quote unquote bums. I don't like to call fighters bums, but he was a good, a good test, a good step up. But he was highly ranked years ago from Arizona. In the nationals.
That's a great name on his resume. Name on his resume for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I was gonna go talk about these fights. Let's see. I'll show another highlight here. Let's see what this is. That was sick. The ref got in my way though, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I forgot I sparred Shushu too.
You did?
Yeah. I forgot I did spar Shushu.
How was that experience?
Sparring Shushu was good. He's real explosive. He fast. So, with me, it's just I know my abilities. I know what I'm great at. I know what I'm good at, and I know what's not my strengths. So it's like once. You can't just go into every sparring session the same, especially when you're fighting different top level guys, Yeah. So with that, we sparred twice in a matter of like 2 weeks. We sparred like one Saturday, came back it was something like that. But it was good. It was good work. It was definitely good work. Yeah, definitely good work.
One thing I get from Shushu from watching him, he seems very sharp. Like his punches are sharp. Like, I mean, and he seems to have a very good, high IQ.
Yeah, facts. He's definitely sharp. I'm gonna just give you like my experience from sparring him. Like his biggest attribute is definitely his speed and his composure. I learned that from sparring a lot of pros is that they composure. Even though you might get hit or something, they so calm that they still see openings after they got hit. So they might get hit with something, but they so calm that. Oh, boom. After he hit me with the right hand, he dropped his right hand. And then he didn't bring it back home. So they hit pop. Like little stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just like composure, being calm, relaxed. As an amateur, sometimes you go in and just they be calm.
Okay. Question for you. So when's your graduation date for school?
My graduation date is not this year. I think I have 2 more years. 2 more years. It's because at first I did start with business, but then I didn't declare my major, so I started off taking business courses. But with business, it's a lot. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The work is not difficult at all. It's just so much work all in a short matter of time. And like I said, I go from school to the gym, back
Yeah.
to school. So it's like if I'm taking 5 classes, four classes, studying, it's like something gonna have to give.
Yeah.
It's either gonna be school gonna have to give or boxing gonna have to give. So I chose to do psychology, and I feel like psychology is still in the realm of boxing. A lot of fighters nowadays talking about they being pulling out of fights because they depressed, mental
Mhm.
state not healthy. So it's just I feel as though I could probably help some fighters out, some way,
Yeah.
somehow with psychology.
Okay. I asked because I know you're looking to, at the end of this year, God willing, you're looking to turn pro. So I was wondering, you'll still be in school at the same time. So,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
for sure, for
yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Anything
Yeah.
I start, I gotta finish.
Nice. Okay. Um, do I dare ask who you looking to, like, maybe as far as management? Do you guys got any management lined up, or not really looking, or
I mean, it's like it's two ways. When you turn pro, it's two ways you could go. You could go to the big exposure route, top rank PBC, but it's just pros and cons to everything.
yeah.
But honestly, I mean, we do know like some people that actually was like, when you turn pro, let us know. We could talk, go over some things, possibly see what you'll like to do, or see how the terms would be. So it's that we definitely came across some people that said it, but mainly a lot of these managers and promoters, they don't really want to talk to amateurs until they're pro, because they don't want to waste their time, they don't want to waste their money, so you can't
Yeah.
blame them.
Okay, that makes sense. That's true. I got one more question. I'm running out of questions, but I want to ask. So, do you know the fighter? He's just started, 19 years old, Abdullah Mason.
He ain't just start.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't start, but I'm
He
saying
ain't just
19
start.
years old. 19 years old. What do you think of him?
Nah, Abdullah Mason he's sharp. We actually like the Mason brothers. The Mason brothers came down to our gym
Mm-hmm.
when Shakur had fought a couple times back when he was in Jersey. But it's crazy because growing up, right? Like this is how boxing is so intertwined with each other. Like growing up, the Mason brothers, they from Ohio, but before they'll go to the Nationals, they will come to Jersey, they will come to Newark, and they will spar the whole week there. So we've known the Mason brothers since
Wow.
years ago, years ago, years ago, years ago. But yeah, nah, Abdullah Mason, he's sharp. He's ahead of his game. He's a student of the game, and I believe each fight he gonna show why he's that guy in boxing. He's good.
Okay. So that's great. So you're basically saying that there's some good work in the gym in Newark. I mean, do
Of
you know?
course.
Are there any other fighters we should be taking note of as well in the gym?
Um, and in Jim of Newark,
What's his name? Say
or
that again.
I said from Newark. That's from Newark.
Yeah. That's in the gym. That's that.
Yeah, I mean we got a lot of youngins. A lot of youngins is nice. I just be looking at them like when I was that age, I was not that. Y'all doing stuff that I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? Like these dudes is I don't know how, but there's a lot of kids, especially like from my gym. I feel like my gym, we got somebody named Josiah Kirkpatrick. He just went out to the Nationals. He
Okay.
showed out. I think he got second. We got a female. She's up and coming, but she's only up and coming because it's hard to get her fights. You get what I'm
Mm,
saying? So I feel as though if she was the, like a male in boxing, it's easy to get fights. But I think with her second or third fight, she was already at nationals. So her name is
wow.
Cherish Love. Yeah, it's
Cherish.
like these
Say it again. Cherish
Cherish
Love.
Love.
Cherish. Okay.
Yeah, Cherish Love. Yeah, but it's a
Somebody
it's a
put
lot of fighters in.
Is this another name? Somebody just put that in the chat.
Oh, Zay, yeah, Zay. That's Shakur's cousin, Zay.
Okay. All right. This is good to know. This is good to know. So you're getting good work in the gym. You got a lot of things, really going good for you, man. That's awesome, man. I just got news that Sock just sent me a text. He's coming on a little bit later. Ofacio can't make it. Something came up. He said next week. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invite you again to come on next week if you'd like. I'm gonna have a conversation with your dad as well to see if if there's any other platforms we can have you on as well. To tell your story and to talk about yourself to get you more exposure. D3 is definitely one of them, and I would love to have you back on again, and we could talk. We could just talk boxing. We could just talk. What you've been up to. What you're doing next, and it's just be an extra platform for you to share. So what I'll ask right now is yeah, if you want, share what your Instagram or any social media platform so that people in the chat and people that watch the video, they can follow you and follow your career.
And my Instagram is official Keith Cologne. So official Keith Cologne. You spell Keith Keith Cologne COLON.
So it's official Keith Cologne. That's an Instagram, right?
Right.
I'm gonna just write that down, and then after I highlight it, you tell me if I did it right.
Yep, that's right.
It. Yeah. Okay, and any other just Instagram, right, for the moment?
Right, just Instagram.
Okay. All right, man. I appreciate you, and tell your pops I'll be in touch, and I'll probably give him a call tomorrow. But if you want, you can stick around. We're gonna talk about the fights from last week. It's all up to you. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to, that I don't have really many more questions. We hit everything, and I'm really happy that you joined us, and I appreciate you dedicating your time to speak with us today. I know it's late on a Friday night. You know what I'm saying? So you probably got plans for the weekend and stuff like that. So, but I do definitely appreciate your time. I want to give a shout out to my boy real quick, Clarence McLean. I know I think you know who this is. He's the one that put me on. So I want to thank Clarence McLean for making this happen, because he did make this happen and made the introduction.
Facts. Appreciate him.
Clarence is great work, man. Clarence is all over trying to, give support to all the amateurs out there and the fighters in the East Coast, especially in the New York and New Jersey region. So definitely, you guys in the chat, follow Clarence, No Duck Zone podcast, you know what I'm saying? So, but he made this happen, and I just want to thank Clarence for that.
Facts. Appreciate it. I appreciate y'all for having me on and
Absolutely.
allowing me to tell my story and get my name out there. Appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem.
Thank you. So, with that being said, you can join us. We're gonna just talk about the fights last week, and then we're just gonna go into we'll just do our regular talk. So you can join us. You can leave. It's up to you, but we'll continue.
I'm gonna head up. I got sparring like 9 o'clock.
So you gotta go.
All right, man.
Yeah, all right, bro. But thank you once again, man. Appreciate
y'all. Thank you.
All right, man. Man. That kid, he's got a lot of things going for him right now. He looks good. I've seen some video of him already. I follow him on Instagram, so I've had conversation with his pops. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want to definitely salute the parents, because without them, it's tough. And coming from different backgrounds and bad backgrounds, like Newark is no joke. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
I'm from the Bronx. There's some sections of the Bronx that are nice, but then there's some sections like Soundview that are not so nice. So you know what I'm saying? So and it's good to hear. I don't know. A lot of people don't know like my whole entire story, but I didn't grow up with my mom and dad. I was lucky. Could have been a lot worse, but I had aunts and uncles that took care of me, pretty much adopted me, and took me in. Because it could have been bad for me. And I've got 9 brothers and sisters, 9 of us. You know what I'm saying? And then from my mom and dad's side, it's pretty much 6 of us. So it's not easy. So salute once again to Keith Cologne's father, which is his name, I believe, is also Keith Cologne. So it's father and son and junior. So salute to him and to salute to his mom, man. That's always gotta salute the parents. When you got special kids like that.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and joining us here for this interview with top-ranked amateur Keith Cologne out of Newark, New Jersey. We had a great time speaking with him. Shout out to him and his family, especially his parents, for raising such a bright, established young man of 21 years of age, who's, if you watch, you saw that he is, a highly ranked amateur fighter, as well as a student attending Rutgers University. So salute to him, salute to his family. Special shout out to my co-host D Free. I have his channel scrolling at the bottom of my page, the entire video. YouTube at D Free TWT. Check out his channel. He does great content as well. He's got a podcast as well, at least twice a week, if I'm not mistaken, with fellow YouTuber and friend BVO Boxing. Special shout out to Clarence McLean, who hooked up this interview. Appreciate him. Go check out his channel, No Duck Zone Podcast. And yeah, man, we're here to just build and grow and support other YouTube content creators as well, collab. And our main goal is just to talk about all sports. Keep it simple, and then we try to do interviews with people relevant in boxing, or who were relevant. We have coaches, trainers, fighters, former fighters, promoters, managers, journalists. We have it all. So once again, thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. Next week, we look to have my man Ofacio Falcone. If you check out the channel, you see we did an interview with him a few weeks ago. He fought last Friday at the Hulu Theater. And, check out the interview we did with him. We interviewed him. I believe we did 2 interviews with him. So check him out as well. And check us out next week as we have him. And maybe, who knows, we might have another person on the panel as well of relevance in the boxing world. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll catch you on the next one.